So today we're taking this show on the road. And what do I mean by that? Well, Daniel and I, who you can see behind the camera, we're going to take a little mini road trip. It is something that I've been meaning to do for some time. It relates to another very, I guess, passionate community, which I'm also passionate about. But we'll discover that on the way there, and we'll have a little chat while we're going from our office to this location where we're picking up this thing. Let's get this show on the road, guys.
Look at that view.
So, by the way, guys, in the office we also have two dogs. Both of them are Labradoodle. One's 30 kilos, one's 15. The black one's called Oscar. The blonde one is called Wild. Get it? Those are the dynamic duo that keeps us very entertained on a daily. There we go. Hello, Wild. We're on our way to pick up this thing, and I can't wait, even though the annoying reality is that I get to see it for a few weeks, but then it's going over to Perth for 4 months before I see it.
4 months, wow, that's a while.
It's a long while. What I have purchased is a 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser 70 Series Troopy, the 2.8 automatic, which has been all the talk ever since Toyota relaunched their 70 series. In Australia, they're very popular or very well known as the farmer's truck, because on every farm or every farm boy has it, one of those trucks. And they are just known for their toughness, and they are known for their almost insultingly basic features. It works very well here in Australia because most of the folks, they are driving a company car in the mine sites, or they're farm boys out in the sticks who basically live a very, very hard and simple life. And for them, it suits the T. They want things to be as basic as possible. And I say that with the biggest, the greatest of respect to the vehicle and those folks who loves this vehicle. And this is the reason why I have purchased one. Oh, by the way, wrist shot.
Yes.
I'm wearing the Zin 556. The date window is not at 3 o'clock, but just under the 4 o'clock.
Interesting.
And I'll be doing a deep dive on German Flieger watches soon. So
stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Even though the folks are coming on to watching this episode going, this is not about watches, we squeeze some watches in
100%.
there. And Daniel, what are you wearing today?
Oh yes, I am wearing the Squale. We've done a video of this. It is a great dive watch. Great heritage. Look it up if you haven't heard of it. Gift from Ma.
Yeah, well, there we go. I've been wanting this vehicle for a long time. I'm currently driving a company ute that is a Toyota Hilux, which is also super popular, super well known around the world for its robust knockabout type of car that you don't need to worry about if there's a ding or a hit or a scratch. It's just one of those work trucks that just goes and goes. And when you have two dogs, believe me, this is the only car that's going to stand up to the test of time.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted a 70 series purely because of this beautiful heritage around it, the reputation, and I suppose in some ways you would not associate with Outback Australia without seeing one of these trucks about. Yeah, so obviously I bought this truck. The overlanding community is massive, and any respectable overlanding person or an aficionado would know the name Andrew Pierre White, who is very well known initially as a editor, by the way, Daniel.
Oh, okay.
He is an editor.
He
did all these nature shotting out because he's originally from South Africa, and he create these beautiful images and so forth.
Cool.
And
I'd love to see stuff.
Yeah, I highly recommend you go and watch him. And I've been following him for a very long time, watching his excursions, or rather road trips, and then you can just see the progression of him loving something, and then it's a natural skip and a hop into creating content. I would have greater trust on his words than any sort of company marketing. At the end of the series, guys, you're going to know what I have done to the vehicle. I will be explaining to you what Andrew and his team is going to put together for me. I'm 99% sure that I'm going to get him to do it. But one thing I have already pulled the trigger on is the roof conversion. What they'll do is they'll cut the top of that roof off that opens up a cavity where you can have a mattress in there, and you essentially becomes a tent on top of your car.
No way.
Yeah. So the company I've decided to go with is called Headspace Campers. I've been watching them for a very long time. Ollie at Headspace Campers, I reached out to him, I said, mate, I've read a lot about what you do, and I think you have the best looking product, and it's something I definitely want. Now he's so popular that the wait list is like 4 months.
Wow.
So I have to pay a hefty premium. Ollie, if you're watching this, I'm a bit disappointed you're charging me $4,000, just cut the priority queue, right? But hey, you do have a great product. We got to cover the logistics side. What, exactly. You think overlanding doesn't have logistics? Of course it has logistics.
Everything
the car has to come, all the stuff that goes in, a lot of it will be coming from Asia or so forth, you know. Their business relies on people like me getting into hobbies like this to acquire the items, you know, from CB radios through water heaters, through little ovens, through fridges, through inlays, and, you know, wiring, electricals, the batteries. So if you're one of those companies who supplies this market or this sector, if you're watching this video, contact us. Think Global Logistics. Mm-hmm. We can help you get the products in, cost effective, and give you the priority service. So,
link in the description.
Link in the description!
Now we making moves.
Yes. Thank you very much. All right, so we've done the paperwork. We spared you all the boring stuff while your beautiful head is in the way, buddy. You want to take the head out of the way, buddy? You're ruining the shot. We're just driving downstairs to meet the car. There it is, guys. There it is. Look at that sexy beast of a wagon. Look at it.
Look at it.
Hey. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's yours.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I get to enjoy this shape, although I do appreciate this simple shape.
Yeah.
I get to enjoy this for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then after a few weeks, off it goes, and I want to see this again. But then again, I'll drive it in. Don't worry. Yeah.
There's no other manufacturer that does it, so.
It's a unique vehicle, and it's sort of synonymous to this type of driving. And I've watched a lot of content on it already.
Yeah.
Because it's the same engine as that, but it's tuned a little bit differently.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though they're both 2.8 litres,
it's a different animal, that's right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to put some sort of filter on there as well, because of the dust and stuff like that. So, it's going to be quite a bit of done. There's Robert. If you need a troopy, speak to him. He's got a couple ready.
Yeah, a couple ready for you.
He's got a couple ready to go. 0 wait time.
Yeah, right, yeah. I like the colour too. I mean, that's tradition. You know, you got to, when you get one of these, you got to go this colour, dusky grey.
Yeah.
Nice colour.
Yeah. All I've seen this is on pictures and a video, but in person it's prettier.
It looks nice, yeah.
One of the things what I've noticed is that when you're driving on corrugated roads, this will flex, so I have to put either a wrap will help dampen it.
That's right, yeah.
So a bit of weight. So I'm going to have to soundproof the whole thing so it doesn't sound like teeny. It's a lot of stuff to do, mate. Not cheap.
Yeah, I know.
Not cheap, mate.
A lot of fun doing it.
Not
so
not cheap.
Going to go in here, or they're going to go back in there?
No, they're going to go in here, mate. Oh, this is their new car, mate. Get used to it, boys. Look at that. Boys. Come on, up. Oscar, get up. Come on, you big oaf. Come on, you big oaf. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Look at that. This is the bonnet, right? Yeah. And the fuel.
Okay, fuel's on this side here, I'll show you.
Oh, so it's key. So there is a latch. There is a latch. It's a key. Okay, right.
And then the when you fill it, it'll fill one and then fill the other
Yes.
one. Okay, you got the two. You got the two gauges.
Yes. Perfect.
So
Beautiful.
It's unlocked.
Nice, mate. Nice. Very good.
Very industrial.
Beautiful. Wait until the rhubards go on, the new tyres, new suspension, everything, mate. This thing's going to look completely different. See you, mate. So there you have it, guys. New Troopy. Enjoy it in this form. Oh, by the way, this video is not sponsored by anyone. It's sponsored by my bank account. All right? This is literally my money I'm spending on it and bring it to you so just to show you what it's all about. So unadulterated, unpolluted. All right, boys, so we are back in the car. In the brand new car.
Yep.
Brand new car smell. Wow.
How did you feel driving it for the first time?
Well, driving for the first time, it feels, compared to the Hilux, this is definitely feels bulkier, chunkier, higher. You're sitting much higher. Hilux almost, dare I say, it feels nimble next to this thing. You know you're driving a Troopy, right? It is a bigger vehicle than a Hilux, but with that being said, if you're coming from a Hilux into this, you know, you're not going to have too much of a foreign experience. It's an easy car to drive. I completely agree with all of the comments on YouTube regarding how this engine feels. It feels great. I personally have never driven the V8 manual, so I don't really have a comparison. This engine is the same engine as a Hilux, but it is done a little bit differently with the ratios or what have you. Like, I can imagine this being a revelation to all of the ex-V8 drivers. They will jump on this and go, huh? This is not how we're used to. We're used to that old V8, you know, the big power V8, but it was underpowered, you know, sort of churned through. It was rigorous sort of thing. But this feels like almost a little bit too easy to those, you know, the V8 drivers of the Land Cruisers. So that definitely makes a lot of sense to me for anyone, even if you don't come from a Hilux. I feel that within half an hour of you driving it, you're going to get comfortable with it. Everything feels great. So I'm going to enjoy the current shape of this vehicle until it goes away for 4 months and it becomes a completely different beast altogether.
Yeah, sure.
My initial thoughts: interior, this is a Hilux steering wheel, so this feels like I'm driving my Hilux. A lot of hard plastic, cheap plastic. Everything is basic. And look, there is this screen which is touch screen. It's, you know, that's a huge leap forward for 70 series owners, but 2 USB-C chargers in there. My dear Lord, I mean, like, you're almost riding on your loyal following of customers where you are giving the basic minimums and asking them for a lot of money back for it. I'm sure a lot of the drivers would disagree. They say, look, this is what we know, this is what we want. Well, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I get that. But it's a lot of money to spend on this vehicle. You know what I mean? For what it is. This is just shy of 90,000 Australian dollars. It's a lot of money for a car. And the intended purpose of this 90,000 is just but a base for what I will do to it.
Right.
So I spend $90,000 for a blank template.
How much are you projecting it's going to end up?
Well, I will let the viewers know, but they must follow the series, right? And I'll let them know along the way what each element has cost me, so that they can walk into an experience or a journey such as this with their eyes wide open.
Perfect.
And I will then also give many follow-up videos in terms of the actual practical usage case for all the things that I have converted within this vehicle, what it needs. Look, I love it. I'm, in fact, more than love it. I'm thrilled with it because the idea of this is right now far superior than the practical acceptance of this car. I mean, because I'm just literally driving this for the first time. I'm sure once I take this on road, when it's built and so forth, and I get the practical use out of it, it's going to be one of those gifts that just keeps on giving.
100%. It's going to become like a home.
Exactly. I'm really loving the bonnet because this is a new bonnet. It's got that much beefier feel and look to it. It's fantastic. It gives me a feeling that I'm literally driving like a tank or a Hummer or something along those lines. It's got that very sort of almost, dare I say it, it's got that military-esque type of feel to the whole composure of the vehicle. And then I look at the side mirrors and you just got that Troopy silhouette, which is it's just like honey, guys. It's just like honey. I love the silhouette of a Troopy. There's not a single car on the market anywhere in the world that has this silhouette. And that is something to behold, and it's such a thing of beauty for me. It's got that really old, you know, retro feel to it. and by any measure, it is still a retro shape. They haven't really changed much, you know.
And it looks like Wild and Oscar.
Oh, they're at the back. They're
yeah.
at the back. So this is the furthest distance they have been away from me in the car, because usually they're in the back seat.
Right,
but
right.
because obviously the back seat you can only access from the front seat, I've chucked them in the back, and they're sort
Can't
of
see them right now. I think it's a bit of Oscar. Yeah.
Oscar Wilde. It's there. I sort of quarantined in the back cargo hold. Initial thoughts. I'm enthralled. This is literally, guys, what I say to you, this is a dream come true. I've spent my hard-earned money on this, albeit it's just the starting point. There'll be a lot more hard-earned money going into this pit. Literally, it is a pit. But I love it. I love it. It's everything that I had imagined this thing to be, and I just feel at home. I really feel at home here.